Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with the new topic, which is probability. There are some important terms which are which forms the basis for this complete probability theory, and I won't give you the formal definitions for it, but we will understand those definitions with an example. So I'm doing an experiment. What is the experiment? I'm tossing three coins. So when I'm tossing three coins, I'm noting the possibilities. So when I toss a single coin, so the possible outcome is head or tail. Okay. So when I'm tossing three coins simultaneously, so I can get all three heads, or some will be heads or some will be tails, and this kind of possibilities will be there. So I will write down all the possibilities. So either all of them are head, or two are the heads, one is tail. So that can be TH or THH. One more possibility is either two of them are tails. So tail, tail, head, then tail, head, tail. The third one, head, tail, tail. And the last possibility is either all of them are tail. Okay. So these many possibilities are there. I mean, out of this, there can't be any other possibility. Fine. Now I will define a function x. Defining a function x, so I will call this set capital S. Capital S to the set of natural numbers as x of a is equal to number of heads. Number of heads. So what this function is doing, x of head, head, head. The answer is 3, right? Then we have x of head, head, tail. The answer for this is 2, which is also equal to x of head, tail, head, which is equal to x of tail, head, head. X of t, t, h. Tail, tail, head is equal to 1, which is also equal to x of t, h, t, which is also equal to x of h, t, t. Then x of tail, tail, tail. This will turn out to be 0. Okay. So what we started with an experiment where three coins are tossed. So these are all the possible outcomes of it. Then I am defining a function x. What is x? X is a function from x, s, with all the possibilities to the set of natural numbers, and x of a is the number of heads. So I have given all the possibilities. So give me any element and I will associate a natural number to it. Okay. So till now everything is clear. Now I will just one thing. We have studied a basic definition of probability. Probability of element or event is equal to, what was the formula? favorable outcomes on total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes. This is what we have studied in our previous class. Okay, so if I want to see the what is the possibility of single outcome, what are the total number of outcomes? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. तो एक एलिमेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी हुई, तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ हेड 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 is equal to 1 by 8. Similarly, this will be the probability for each and every one of them, right? So probability of x is equal to 3. This is what I want to calculate. How many elements are there with x is equal to 3? What is our x number of heads? So how many elements are there with number of heads as 3? Just one element. So that is 1 by 8. So probability of x is equal to 2. How many elements are there with number of heads as 2? 3 elements. So 3 by 8. So favorable number of outcomes upon total number of outcomes, right? Probability of x is equal to 1. How many elements are having number of heads in it as 1? So 1, 2 and 3. Again 3 by 8, right? And probability of x is equal to 0. So how many elements are there with number of, no heads in it? Just 1, so 1 by 8. So for every x, I've got the probability. So let's just understand the terms. So you had an experiment. So the set of all possible outcomes, this is called the sample space. Sample space. What is the sample space? The set of all possible elements. Okay. Then you had assigned a function s, x. So this assigned function is called the random variable. So what is a random variable? Random variable is a function from the sample space to the set of natural numbers. Okay. So what or the real numbers? It depends actually. I shouldn't say in this case that maybe or I will directly say the real numbers. That will be better. So random variable is a function from sample space to the real numbers. So what a random variable does is, so your outcome, whatever is the outcome, it will assign a number to it. Okay. Then for each random variable, each possible value of random variable, you are giving a probability. So this is called the probability distribution. Probability distribution. Okay. And what our task is in this complete unit, we have to understand different probability distributions. So a very important point about probability distribution is you can add all of them. What is the total answer for this? 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8, 4 by 8, which is 1 by 2. Again 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 1. So the total probability is always 1. Okay. So the total probability is always 1. And what in our syllabus, what we are going to do, so this is one probability distribution. Okay. So we will study different probability distributions. Okay. In this, our distributions are particular. There is no proper function, but in some cases, probability of x is equal to r, say e to the power minus r, x is e to the power minus r, r is to minus m, m raised to r by r factorial. Okay. So this type of function can represent the probability distribution. Okay. So what our task is, we will study this type of probability distribution where we have a function and we can find the probability for any given possibility. Okay, so is there any problem up to this? You can ask, or I can go ahead with.
So the random variable is basically giving us the assigning a number to all the cases, right? Means if
Yes,
here we have considered number of
yes,
heads as the random variable.
yes. So random variable is just a function. It will assign a number to each and every entry in your sample space. Like for an example, uh, I have a set of, I mean, what I'm doing is I'm calculating the weight of every person. Okay. So in that case, a random variable will be you a person is your element, and random variable is the weight, right? So probability that I'll from 50 people, I have 50 people with me, so that set of 50 people is my sample space, right? And what is my random variable? Random variable is I will assign a weight. I'll calculate the weight of each and every person, and that will be my random variable. Am I
So
right?
random variable, yes, sir. So random variable there was the weight in the in this example.
Yes. So a random variable is nothing but it is just a function by which you are assigning a number to every element in your sample space. That's it. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
So as I said, I have 50 people. I will find the weight of every person in it, and then I will assign a random variable. Say, uh, find the probability as probability of x is equal to 50. So what I'm calculating the probability when I choose a person from it. What will be the probability that that person is of weight 50? So I hope everything is getting clear to you now. So random variable is a function which will assign a number, and probability distribution is that a function which will give you probability for any value of x. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So what we have to do now, we just have to study. What we have to study different probability distributions. How do we, I mean, assign a probability in, so there are rules now. Like for an example, the first thing that we are going to study, binomial distribution. Okay, so this you have already studied in previous classes, but still we are going to study it here. So binomial distribution, it is called binomial distribution because probability of x is equal to r in this case is given by NCR p raised to r q raised to n minus r. Okay, NCR is nothing but the coefficient in binomial expansion, right? So that's why this is called the binomial distribution. And let's try to understand this. So the experiment with only two outcomes, success or failure. Okay, such distribution or such experiments follow binomial distribution. Such experiments follow binomial distribution. Okay, so for example, you are tossing a coin. Head is your success. I mean, I have declared that head is my success and tail is my failure. So always whenever you toss a coin, you are going to get success or failure. Say if I am a manager and I want to calculate the probabilities for a product that is manufactured in my company. So whenever I pick up a product, there are two possibilities. Either it will be defective or it is good. Okay. Again, success and failure. There won't be third possibility that yes, it is good as well as failure. This uh, cannot be the case. So in whichever cases you have only two types of possibilities. Either it will be the first possibility or the second one. Such type of experiments follow the binomial distribution. And if you have a binomial distribution with x is equal to r successes, x is equal to r success for x is equal to r successes, probability of x is equal to r is given by NCR p raised to r q raised to n minus r, where so this one is capital P. Please on this. This is small p, where small p is the probability of success. Small p is probability of success. For x is equal to r successes in n trials. And small q is probability of failure. What is the total probability always?
1.
1. So probability of success अगर p है तो failure की कितनी होगी?
P.
1 minus p.
1 minus p. So probability of failure is 1 minus p. So if the total probability is always 1, okay, which means that p plus q is always 1. And if the probability of success is p, then probability of failure has to be 1 minus p. So let me just explain this once again. On the previous slide, we have found it. I mean, a probability of each and everything. So how many trials were there? 3 times I have tossed a coin, right? 3 times a coin is tossed. 3 times a coin is tossed, matlab n is equal to 3. The experiment is repeated 3 times. What was the probability of success? So what is your success? First of all, we need to define the success if the head occurs. Success क्या है? Head occurs, right? So probability of x is equal to 0. What will this mean? This will mean that no head is occurred in 3 trials. When I say probability of x is equal to 1, it means that what is the probability when head is occurred once. Probability of x is equal to 2 will mean that what is the probability when the head is occurred 2 times. Probability of x is equal to 3 will mean that what is the probability when the head is occurred 3 times. Everyone clear up to this? Now,
Yes.
now, what is the probability of success if the head occurs when I toss a coin? The probability of success is half. I mean, getting head is half and getting tail is half, right? So I want to find probability of x equal to 0. Matlab n by this formula NCR. How many success I have got? 0 success. So for 0 success, the probability will be given by this formula. The value of n is 3 C 0, half raised to 0, q is also half raised to 3 minus 0, right? So if you simplify this, you should get 1 by 8. Please check if you are getting 1 by 8. Now 3c0 is nothing but 3 factorial upon 0 factorial 3 minus 0. 3 factorial 3 factorial will get cancelled out. 1 by 2 raised to 0 is 1. 1 by 2 cube, which is 1 by 8. Okay, this is the same thing that we got earlier. X equal to 1, 1 success, 3c1, 1 by 2 raised to 1 and 1 by 2 raised to 3 minus 1, right? So this will be 1 by 2 raised to 3, actually 1 by 8 into 3c1 matlab 3 factorial on 2 1 factorial into 3 minus 1 factorial. So 3 minus 1 matlab 2. 2 factorial will get cancelled out and what we have is 3 by 8. Look, this is the same answer that we got. Similarly, here you can check it is 3 by 8 and this will be 1 by 8 once again, the last one. Okay. So for any, I mean, first of all, define what is your success. So if you are calculating the probability for defective items, your success will be that the product is defective. Okay, whatever probability you want to find out, that will be your success. If you have any difficulties up to this, you can ask or I can go ahead now, as everything about the probability binomial distribution is explained. If you have understood till this, then you can solve any of the examples further. So that's why I'm giving you 2 minutes. If you have any difficulty, ask. Gaurav, Davi,
Yes, sir.
any problem?
No, sir.
No. Very good. Let's go ahead then. Example. An unbiased coin is thrown 10 times. Find the probability of of getting exactly 6 heads and at least 6 heads So we need to find two probabilities. When there will be exactly 6 heads and when there will be at least 6 heads. What is your success in this case? Well, okay. For the solution, let's define n first of all. How many times your experiment is conducted? 10 times. For each time, the okay. Now, what is your success in this case? So, किसकी probability find करनी है? That will be your success. So, I need to find the probability of 6 heads. मतलब getting a head is success. So, success is getting head. So what is the probability of success then? So when you toss a coin, the probability of success is half and probability of failure is also half, right? Now, what is to find? Probability of x is equal to how many success? 6 success, and other one will be probability of x. Yes, anyone? There is Atharva. What will be the other one? Atharva?
So 6.
X equal to 6 तो लिखा है. We are supposed to find two probabilities.
Sir, more than
At least 6.
At
Sir,
least 6
equal to more than 6.
greater than or equal to 6. Okay, so probability of x greater than or equal to 6. So in this case, probability of x is equal to r will be given by 10 CR 1 by 2 raised to r and 1 by 2 raised to 10 minus r. So probability of x equal to 6 will be given by 10 C6 1 by 2 raised to 6 1 by 2 raised to 10 minus 6 मतलब 4. So this will be 10 factorial upon 6 factorial into 4 factorial and 1 by 2 raised to 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the answer? You can find it on your calc.
0.26.
0.26. Okay, one more thing I want to make clear here. What are the possibilities for success? That will be from 0 to, so probability of x equal to 0 plus probability of x equal to 1. So either you can get 1 success or 2 success. Probability of x equal to 3 plus how many maximum success you can get? How many maximum success you can get? 10, right? So x is equal to 10. All 10 times you have got head. So there is no other possibility. So this will be the total probability, right? So total probability is always 1. So probability of x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to this, the probability is 1. So what I want to find, probability of x greater than or equal to 6 will be equal to 1 minus,
So the answer is 0.20. Actually, I made a mistake.
0.
0.02.
0.20. Fine. So probability of x greater than or equal to 6. So there are two ways to do this. What I can do is actually probability of x equal to 6 plus probability of x equal to 7 plus probability of x is equal to 8 plus probability of x equal to 9 plus probability of x equal to 10. Or what I can do is 1 minus probability of x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So either way we can do it, but we have to do less calculations in this, so I am doing in this manner. So this will be 10c6 half raised to 6 and half raised to 10 minus 6 plus 10c7 half raised to 7 1 by 2 raised to 10 minus 7, which is 3. 10c8 1 by 2 raised to 8 and 1 by 2 raised to 2 plus 10c9 1 by 2 raised to 9 1 by 2 raised to 1 plus 10c10 1 by 2 raised to 10. So there is a function with summation is also there in your calci. You also have NCR in your calci and 1 by 2 raised to 10. So for summation you can give the limits. So everything can be entered and you can get the answer in just one step. So if you don't know right now, don't try it. Just find out the answer. Later you can explore that function too. Yes, what is the answer?
0.3726.
0.3726. This is 0.3726. Fine. Next example. So on an average, a box containing 10 articles is likely to have two defectives. If we consider a consignment of 100 boxes. How many of them are expected to have 3 or less defectives? So you take a box, and in that box, on an average, 2 of them are defective. Okay. So what is the number of trials you are making? What is the number of trials? Out of 10, 2 are defective. So n is equal to 10. What is your success? किसकी probability you are finding? Success is being an article defective. Article defective. If an article is defective, then that is my success. Okay. So how many articles are there? 10. And on an average, there are 2 are defective. So probability of success, small p, will be equal to 2 by 10,
2 by 10.
is 1 by 5. So probability of failure is 1 minus 1 by 5, which is 4 by 5. Okay. So let's just ignore this 100 boxes for a while. How many of them are expected to have probability 3 or less defective? So to find probability of x less than or equal to 3. So probability of x is equal to r will be given by 10 CR, 1 by 5 raised to r, 4 by 5 raised to 10 minus r. So probability of x less than or equal to 3. This will be equal to probability of x equal to 0 plus probability of x equal to 1 plus probability of x equal to 2 plus probability of x equal to 3. So this will be 10C0, 1 by 5 raised to 0, 4 by 5 raised to 10 plus 10C1, 1 by 5 raised to 1, 4 by 5 raised to 9 plus 10C2, 1 by 5 raised to 2, 4 by 5 raised to 8 plus 10C3, 1 by 5 raised to 3, 4 by 5 raised to 7. Yes, anyone? Simply put this in your calc. Summation 10cx 1 by 5 raised to x 4 by 5 raised to 10 minus x, and give the limits for x running from 0 to 3.
So 0.879.
0.8791, right? So
Yes, sir.
in one box you will get the probability, in one box you will get less than or equal to 3 defectives. Yeah, its probability is 0.8791. So out of 100 boxes, what I have to do is, whatever answer I have got, that I have to multiply by 100. So out of 100 boxes, so 0.8791 into 100, so that is nearly 88 boxes may have defectives less than or equal to. Okay. Next example. A coin. Okay. In a sampling, the large number of parts manufactured by a machine the mean number of defectives the mean number of defectives in a sample of 20 is 2 out of 1000 such samples. how many would be expected to contain at least three defective parts? Please do it. Yes, what is the answer? What is n? N is equal to 20.
20.
Small p will be 2 by 20, which is 1 by 10. And q is equal to 1 minus 1 by 10, which is 9 by 10. So out of 1000 such samples, I need to find out how many of them will contain at least 3 defectives. So probability of x greater than or equal to 3 is something that we have to find out. So which will be 1 minus probability of x strictly less than 3, which is nothing but 1 minus probability of x equal to 0 minus probability of x equal to 1 minus probability of x equal to 2. One minus in bracket summation x is running from 0 to 2 20 cx 1 by 10 raised to x and 9 by 10 raised to 20 minus x. What is the answer? Here's Janvi. What is the answer? Chirag. अथर्व उपाध्याय. अथर्व पद. Both of the Atharva. Aryan, Kavde.
Yes, sir.
Now what is the answer?
Solving.
So 0.3230.
Solving, sir.
Point.
3230.
Yes. This is correct. So the answer is 0.323. So out of 1000 such samples, out of 1000 such samples, you will have 0.323 into 1000, which is equal to 323 samples with 323 samples with at least 3 defective. At least 3 defective. Okay, so that is all about the binomial distribution. In the next lecture, I mean tomorrow's lecture, we'll do.
Here it will be more than 3, right? Yeah, I got it.
So in the next lecture, we'll see Poisson distribution. So we'll stop here. Everyone, just put your name and roll number in the chat box.